Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trident Talks. We've got a really interesting episode today, and I'm delighted to be joined by Oren, who's co-founder of something really, really exciting. So I won't take away the thunder, but Oren, for those who don't know who you are, do you want to just give a very quick background into who you are?
Of, of course, and thank you, Charlie. So, Oren Saban, I'm the Chief Product Officer at Mate Security, alongside Asaf Winner, who's the CEO, came from Wiz, and Guy Bergal, who's the CTO, came from Axonius. Me, myself, I'm building here as a CPO, and before that, I've been leading another director of product management at Apex, another startup doing security for AI. And before that, at Microsoft for quite a few years, been building the XDR solution and later on Security Copilot. Very excited about security, AI, and everything that comes across.
Thanks for the intro. So we've been following you for some time now, and you've just come out of stealth. Congratulations, fantastic. How do you
Thank
feel?
you. Excited. And like it's a very big milestone for us, especially because I believe we're really doing something special and that it's another step toward making the vision come true of making the world safer and doing good. And I wouldn't do Mate if it wouldn't have a good impact on the world. And I definitely see that as part of moving in this direction. So very, very excited about what's happening now.
I'm excited too, and it's a space that I really do enjoy. So I'm trying to not give too much away. So um, tell us about Mate. Who are you, and what do you do?
Awesome. So we're solving one of the most frustrating problems in cybersecurity, which is stock teams that are drowning in alerts where attackers eventually keep on winning again and again. And we spend, me, Asaf Guy, and the rest of the team here spend years watching SOC teams burn out, doing the same investigations, running on the same things repetitively. And we've gotten do this shift from automation to intelligence. We were promised with automation that is going to solve, I don't know, 80% of your security operations. Eventually, it doesn't cover even 20. And playbooks break, generic AI lacks organizational context, and leading SOC teams are shifting from mindless automation to what we call wisdom-led performance, which is operation powered by organizational intelligence. It's not rigid rules. And Mate is really the solution that makes it real.
That's interesting. So you've created a solution for the SOC, which doesn't really rely on like preset rules. It's right, okay, cool. What's relevant to the business? What threats are out there? And it's gonna create those automations based on the business itself, its needs.
Yeah, so exactly that. Maybe I'll explain what wisdom-led performance is. So Make combines world-class security knowledge with intimate understanding of your unique environment, of the SOC unique environment, because every SOC is unique. There's different tools, different configurations. And when Mate sees a suspicious login from Indonesia, it doesn't just flag it. It knows that Sarah has now traveled there monthly for manufacturing ops and checks her approval dates. It will correlate that with their manager calendar and eventually resolve the alert much faster as a benign because it has the full organizational and business context. And this is the thing we were always missing. Like, what's the impact of that? What's the potential blast radius? Was it really an expected behavior or is it someone bad that tried to come in? And Make gives this context and correlates the data from all your different tools in order to really help you solve investigation and reduce noise.
That's brilliant. That's really exciting. And it's needed, right? There's always a lot of noise, and it's like some policies are set and you're like, why is this policy set? It's not relevant to my team or my business. Because they've just kind of pulled it from maybe like a similar organization somewhere else.
Yeah.
So let's backtrack then. So you've now created this product or this business. What At what point in your career did you think, well, actually, like we're gonna do this? Obviously, it was a year or so ago, but was there like a key moment where you thought the industry is missing this? Let's go do it.
So it's a really good question. With first of all, during my time at Microsoft, I've been working with a lot of teams and seeing a lot of teams struggle with those enterprise IT as a whole and security and specifically products struggle to configure, struggle to maintain, put a lot of work not into really security and in solving that. And it's kind of, you can take it in parallel if you compare how much engineers will work on algorithmics or like on the deep problems versus is it just dev experience? It's very hard for me to build tests. So it's kind of the same thing. How much do I invest in my operational and just maintaining what's working now versus how much do I really do security, threat hunting, and really keep my organization secure? And when I was seeing that again and again, I already had this feeling in my like belly, okay, this is something that definitely should be solved in the new world. And then when AI came through, things clicked for me and for us as a team very well because we were seeing that there's actually an opportunity now that we didn't have before to take this problem, which we're trying to solve for years,
Hmm.
and actually bring help to those teams. So it comes from taking a lot of unstructured knowledge. You couldn't do that before. Reasoning on different situations. You couldn't do that before the reasoning models. Now we have a lot of capabilities that kind of give us superpowers to do things that we weren't able to do with the technology even a few years ago. And when we were seeing that the very strong need and pain points, and people I can really honestly believe we can help alongside, there's the opportunity to do that and to keep growing that. So that clicked, and that was the moment when I was, okay, that's definitely something I should do in the world and contribute to the world with my energy.
And then here we are today.
Yeah,
I mean, you briefly mentioned AI there, but we won't go into AI because I'll be way way out of
yeah.
my depth. But I'll ask a question around the future of mate shortly. Like, what's the goal now you're out of stealth? But um, what's like what's like the ideal ICP for you? If I'm a CISO and I'm watching or listening to this, like, where at what point, like, what does my environment need to look like for me to reach out to mate?
So a great question. I think eventually we see these problems that are rising across all, from medium businesses to very large enterprise. We work mostly with large enterprise because the complex areas where I have a lot of different tools, post M&As, subsidiaries. Finding an owner takes you an hour. All
Mhm.
of these signals are good things for, okay, I need mate. I need someone who will help me organize this knowledge and utilize it and apply it across my team. If you have high turnover rate and it's very hard to hire someone, it's another signal that would tell you, okay, I need a mate. And mostly about the environment. So I have my own security team and they find it hard to keep up with everything that is coming. We call it the infinite SOC equation. So think of, you have infinite scope. So impossible SOC equation. Sorry. You have an infinite scope, basically keep on, now you got cloud security and later on you got AI security and things keep on coming your way and custom detections that are coming on. And then you've got very high stakes. So a mistake, the price of mistake can be very high. So in one hand, not always the most like skilled people that need to learn on the job and learn on the fly. How do I work in this organization? On the other hand, the stakes are so high. If I close something as a false positive and eventually it turned out to be true, the price might be millions to tens of millions of dollars. And the last part is that eventually we rely on a lot of very low confidence signals that come from different areas, and I need a lot of analytics and capabilities to do that. And this is hard as well. So the equation of managing SOC that is really elite is very hard, and Mate helps you get there.
Nice. I think it's come at a good time. Everyone keeps mentioning the buzzword consolidation, right? Or tech debt. So it
Yeah.
seems like if there's an organization, big or small, has got an abundance of technology, and it's like you don't even know where to begin, and they're looking at reducing some of that tech stack or bringing it all into one place. Like this is, well, naturally, along with probably some other organizations, that's where you'd come in, right?
So definitely, there
Yeah.
is almost every SOC got some level of a program. I want to move from this tool to another. Our SIM is so expensive. We want to migrate that. And these programmers are, as we think of it at first, can take years, right? Or maybe it will take me half a year to migrate my store. And because Mate grasps a lot of this knowledge and take that, and now it becomes an organizational property. that
Hmm.
you own, that you can manage, this makes it much easier to migrate between solutions because the knowledge is being kept. You don't lose knowledge. You kind of can think of it if you want to migrate your phone, you switch to a new phone, or you switch from Android to what no iPhone, and then you need to give away on your WhatsApp. Your WhatsApp has a lot of knowledge that you actually want, and you don't want to get away, like give this away. And it's kind of the same thing when you're moving between tools. So you pay off by losing the knowledge when a senior analyst leave your team. It's really hard to incorporate the knowledge they have. They're the only one who knows how to use this legacy mainframe system. They're the only one who knows really who's the owner of this and this different resources. And this knowledge will now become organizational property and keep you resilient to these changes.
I think you might have just answered the next question, but I'll ask it after this point because I think it's a key thing there. But I think you've just also covered a point where Google actually announced it recently, where it's like the next generation of like AI, for example, where you either put in some code and to make it learn, so ML or whatever, and then it will forget the previous settings, and because it's like it's the new update, so it doesn't learn from the past like technology. And
Yep.
now they've now I think they've broken that where actually you can build like a brain on a brain on a brain so it doesn't forget the background and the past and all the previous planet. Is that what you're referring to?
So to some extent, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, what we call it a compounding or a self-improving defense, the ability not to start every alert investigation from zero. And it's really important because today it happens a lot. The deja vu moment. Okay, I've seen this alert before. I've seen someone logs in from this IP already, and still I have to run through the whole process. The new word is where these capabilities compound, these skills compound from the
Yeah.
whole team. And then I don't have to do this repetitive task again and again because I can delegate it to my mate. And
Nice.
as you said, maybe I'll add there a little point. We believe that context and knowledge is the new moat. This is really your capabilities to save and to manage and pull the right piece of information at the right time for the right investigation. This is the hard part. This is a lot of what we invest in building. And this is what really helps to solve investigation. When threat hunters find something, it's not usually because you've seen this huge alert of critical. In many cases, it's just someone saw something, and got this gut feeling that or this intuition that something is wrong here and pulled this kind of rope to find out more.
Nice. So the next question is very much like what how is Mate different? Obviously there's an emergence of new technologies out there in the SOC IR or
Yeah.
whatever world you're in. So I know you've briefly mentioned a huge part of it there, but if you were to consolidate that, what makes you different?
So three things I would say are the kind of the three breakthrough capabilities that makes Mate different. The first one is the organizational wisdom, which is security expertise that is embedded in your org. And Mate builds that within few hours, builds this organizational wisdom layer that enables analysts and agents to operate much faster and better and more accurate. And this is a very key differentiator, the ability to do that quite fast. And basically, when you think of it, Mate becomes operational from day one. You connect it in the evening, the morning after, it already learned your organization and it already knows how you work here, which tools you use, and utilizes the tool with you. And it works side by side with the analyst. And there's this moment of, Mate, how did you know that? That the analysts are experiencing? Because Mate knows. The second thing, so we've had the wisdom, always on watch. Mate is proactive. It's not a copilot. You don't have to go and try to pull out information. If you know what you asked, you get to something. And if not, no. No, Mate will operate 24/7, investigate every alert with full context, with organizational context, with your tool. If there's a new malware variant or new malware family or new vulnerability that comes across, Mate will immediately check your stack, your tools, and it will assess the exposure if something have happened. Are we seeing any signals? And it validates the defense, and it will tell you, I've checked this and this and this areas, and you're protected for now. And you can tell it, okay, please continue to update me on that. And there is no configuration required for that part. It just works. And this is the third part. It just works. It's really built for enterprise reality. We all me, a Saban guy, came out from building enterprise products. It's different than building other type of products from the how really to work with the different tools. So it starts with the deployment methods. We deploy on SaaS or bring in your own cloud or model. Some teams need that. The cross-platform with the enterprise-grade reliabilities from being very auditable and predictable and transparent. Those things are important for working with enterprise. And eventually, it seamlessly fit into how analysts work today. So think the analysts work exactly what they're most effective with May on their side, and with every tool now have the context that they need. So to sum it up to 3 points, 3 capabilities that differentiate us: the wisdom, being always will watch, and it just works.
Nice. It ticks a lot of boxes there. Allowing the business to
I hope
actually
so.
allow to not be a restrictor, right? It's you're coming in, you don't have to change too much. There's not too much configuration. You're enabling the team to do what they need to do. And I suppose you really are becoming their mate because they're going to be able to go to the pub on a Friday night or something, or actually have their weekends and free up a
Yeah.
lot more time. So that's really interesting. So now that you're out of stealth, what's next on the agenda? What's the mission for the next 12 months?
So it's a good question. I'm excited, I think, as I said at the beginning, to keep on pursuing solving the problem that we are after and really helping those teams. And I think getting out of stealth is just another step in the way for exposing more of what we're doing to the broader market. The teams that we're working with till now are achieving great success, and it's very exciting to see that. And we're happy to expand that and help more teams out there to really be able to get out more of what they do in the day-to-day and more of their time. And as you said just right now, if you sit for an evening for dinner with your family and there's an alert, it's very different to think on this new world where I open my Slack, I see the summary from May telling me it's a benign because I investigated that. This is the evidence and I'm good to go. Okay. I don't have to open my computer, wait for the update because it's Windows, look for the SSO. And even after I finish looking into everything, after an hour, I figure out it's a benign. This is a very frustrating thing to do, which May will just solve for you. So I'm very excited about expanding that to more teams, to more people. And it's mostly we keep on the direction of solving real problems out there.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant, and we'll be watching this journey very, very closely. There's a few executives within security that we know that are also really enjoying the product as it is at the moment, and they're equally as excited to see where it goes. But I'm sure if anyone is interested in hearing a little bit more around what you're saying, if you've got a very, very busy and noisy SOC or even just an entire environment, they should definitely reach out and have a conversation with you. But Oren and team,
So
like huge congratulations. And best of luck over the coming months.